Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CART podcast. My name is Amelia Hutchinson, and I will be hosting tonight. Today, with us on our Zoom call, we have a very special organization called the Plan for Future Living, created by the talented and brilliant Dennis and Jaden. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
I hear that your organization helps out young adults that are soon to be graduating. What do you guys help them out with?
Our organization primarily focuses on helping high school students come up with a plan for their future living expenses. We can help them create a roadmap to be able to know exactly what to do after high school with their living expenses. We also like to help them budget a little bit so when they know what to do for their paycheck. They know what to put it in. They know what living expenses they need to get.
That's honestly super nice and creative of you guys. I don't really know another organization that's doing that, so to see that people are helping out young kids fresh out of high school is really admiring. What living expenses do you guys focus on?
We like to focus on the important things, the big things for their budgeting, but we also like to help go into a little more depth, a little more detail if they want to go and put some of their own stuff into their living expenses.
Do young adults tend to forget about a lot of living expenses or just like the less obvious ones?
Especially if those students have not been introduced to the concept before, then most likely yes.
Like what? Do you have any examples for the listeners at home?
Some of the more basic living expenses include rent, mortgage, electricity, gas, and water. Prices for these utilities vary depending on where you live, but usually make up a big chunk of your paycheck. Food is another necessity, which also can be quite expensive. You also might want to consider your car and health insurance, unless your employer or secondary education provides health insurance. Rent and car insurance can be quite expensive for young adults right after high school, due to the fact that companies trust them less than other adults.
What living expenses do you guys consider less obvious?
A lot less living expenses can be really a lot less often. The living expenses you see a lot less often can be really forgotten about. And so with those, we like such as a oil change or a haircut, vitamins, or even like a toolkit. Those can really add up. And we really do suggest that you have set aside a little bit of money, whether that be like $50, $100 a month if you can, to help pay for those upcoming living expenses, like anything that will come up and might be a problem. It's nice to have a little bit of a cushion for your money so that you can very easily get back on track.
Setting aside extra money sounds like a really good tip to follow. Do you guys have anything else you would like the listeners to know about living expenses?
Come up with a plan that will make figuring out and managing all of your living expenses more easier. We would personally recommend learning how to use Microsoft Excel, as it is an excellent way to keep track of both living expenses and your results.
Well, it looks like our time is about up. Thank you guys so much for coming in and telling me about your tips and insights about living expenses. It was very much appreciated, and you guys are welcome back anytime.
Thank you for having us. I hope that these tips, and other things that we shared will help the audience grow and be better with their living expenses. Thank you.
And that has been Jaden and Dennis from the Plan for Future Living organization. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email them at pfflo@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the CART podcast, and until next time, bye guys!